Okay, guys, welcome back to another video. Um, this is porch time at the Greenhouse Homestead, although I'm not on the porch because I'm taking advantage of this beautiful sunlight today out here at the homestead. It feels wonderful. Okay, and thank you for joining us today. Today, I want to talk about mag groups, and so it's just 5 basic criteria. I'm not going to hold you. And I want you to think about this when you're considering mag groups. Although at this point and with things are going on in the world, events and economy and people's elevated stress levels and lack of preparedness and a few other things that you need to be considering if you're going to now, at this late date, include them in your mag group. Because I feel like if you haven't already, they're not already in the group, it's going to be hard to find or start one. Now, I may be wrong. That's just my opinion, okay? The 5 groups, because we're talking about making sure we keep our circle tight, and that's basically how we should be living our lives anyway, right? So I wrote notes. I always take notes, so I keep everything within a certain time frame. Okay, the first circle that we're talking about today is your intimate circle, and that's the person who's your friend, your life partner, your wife, your husband, significant other in your life. And that's an important circle. It's very, very, should be monogamous if you're going to be involved. And if you're coming into a mag group, you should have certain things in order where you don't have a bunch of former past people following you around, or it's going to be a problem down the road if they decide because you tell them where you're at that they show up. Okay, and we've seen that kind of stuff. We heard about that kind of thing. We call it domestic, and you don't want that drama nowhere around you. So that's your first circle. Then your second circle would be your friend circle. And your friend circle is 2 components. It can be a mutual friend. And what I mean by that, mutual meaning you think alike. I think that's very important if you're going to consider bringing them into a mag. You think alike, you might just have a lot of things in common. But thinking alike is the most important component of that type of friend. Then you have a common friend. That's the other aspect of being a friend. And that's the person that maybe you might meet up with at a club, a gym, just like you do things, like participate in a common activity. But for example, if we're at the gym, we meet up at the gym, and I like to ride, I like to work out on the elliptical, and you like the treadmill. So that would be kind of an example of that. Or say we're at the Hard Rock Cafe, and you order lobster with a beer, but I might order fish with a glass of white wine. So that's another example of how you are friends, but you do different things, and you don't have anything in common other than you meet up at that common place, and therefore you go your way, I go my way. Or I exercise what I like, and you exercise what you like to do. Now, if you want to add comments below about examples of that for the community to also, just this all enhances the community. And I wouldn't have a community if it wasn't for people like yourselves. Because I think the people that watch this channel are very smart people and people that you can reason with. So now the third group would be your social network, or your social, how you socialize. And that can be people that you fellowship with. It can also people that you participate in gatherings, or you're in, event planners, and you go with them on their whatever the event might be, and because you associate with this person. And it can also be like the senior center, where you meet up once a week, or the recreation center, where there's activities, or activities like for your children. They're all part of the Little League baseball team or the basketball team, your children like that, for your children. Okay, so that would be your social circle. Now, the next circle is kind of, it's not difficult, but it's your associates. They're not really friends. They're not family or friends or intimate. They're just people that, for example, say, I used to work at NBC or CBS network, and I'm trying to get an interview because Oprah Winfrey also has her show on the CBS network. And because of that association, you're able to connect with that person. And usually this individual or individuals are the type of people that can elevate you, that can uplift you. They can provide things to you or for you that if you hadn't been for that association, you wouldn't get the benefit of. And that could also be like on the homestead, you've got people that are skilled in carpentry and things that like nursing and education, different skill sets that brings to the table for being considered as a member of the MAG group. So they're going to uplift and elevate you by the services and skills that they have. That you're not going to have to go outside and say, bring somebody to your homestead that you wouldn't trust because you don't know this person. And that's, again, another thing you have to think about, like as part of your security, because and what you're going to need to help maintain your homestead or your community. Okay, the last circle that I want to talk about today is your business circle. Your business is what takes care of you. Agree? Put a 1 in the comment section if you agree. A 2 if you disagree. Now, I'm going to talk about this movie with Ice Cube. Everybody has an idea who Ice Cube is. And he played in this movie called First Sunday. Okay, and what I thought was nice about it, or worth sharing, is that he was going up into the church, robbing the people with a gun, the people, members of the church. And see, his motivation was, this is what he was going to do to take care of his son. Okay, but on the other hand, his intimate partner, right, she was against it. She told him, I don't want dirty money. So she's deciding now she's going to move up and move from Baltimore to Atlanta, okay? Because it just wasn't working out. See, because when she decided to do that, he was against it altogether. And so she gave him an ultimatum. She said, either you get a job or I'm leaving. I'm out of here because I don't want dirty money that you've gotten from stealing from people at the church. So he was like, oh no, he was against it. He was like, no, you're not taking my son nowhere. Well, so she said to him, she said, listen, either you get a job, right, or I'm out of here. Because if you can't contribute to my business, you need to stay out of my business. So they basically, that's to say this. When you give your last dollar to this person in your business circle, usually it's your intimate partner, they're going to bring you back double of what you gave them. Or it's going to be an increase that's going to benefit the entire family. Because again, your business is what takes care of you. So these are the 5 things that I wanted to share with you today. Okay, and if you have any more examples of how these different circles would affect who you allow to come into your space, that's what I said, keep your circle tight. And that's what it means. Keep your circle tight. Because now is not the time to be bringing people in that you don't know and you haven't vetted. And I think these are 5 of the good ways that you can use to vet people to include into your circle, because you don't want to put everybody at risk. because people are coming, they're giving you the impression or the false impression that they're sincere, that they really care, that they're going to contribute. And you don't want that person coming if you decided and you fall for that because you didn't take the time to give them opportunities to prove their value to the entire group. Now, what's required in terms of this monetary system that we're on the verge of collapse? And let's keep our comments in the comment section, not too political, because I don't want this video to get flagged by the bots that they send looking for keywords. So just be careful on what you describe or how you can comment below. And while we're at it, let's click the like button and subscribe to this channel if you see value in what you heard today. And share this video with other people, because the more people that are prepared, the less burden it's going to be for you. You won't have to worry about them knocking on your door, because they will be knocking on your door if they know where you are. Because in their minds, being prepared means coming to your house, putting their feet under your table, expecting you to take care of them and the people that they bring with them. But we don't have time for that, okay? Now's not the time. You've been talking to people and talking your head off, and they're just been not paying you any attention, because in their mind, coming to you is going to be their preference.